हेलो, कैन यू हेयर मी? हेलो, आवाज़ आ रही मेरी? हेलो, 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 कैन यू हेयर मी नाउ? हेलो, okay, great. I think I'm audible to most of the folks now. That's great. Okay, let's start this particular webinar now. Uh, I think so. You can see my screen. I think we already wasted 20 minutes. So let's cover this quickly. This will be a very basic demo of how to work inside Cloozo, how you can create a chatbot right from start to deploying this uh, on your website. So when you first log into your Cloozo account, you will see this screen of workspaces. So here you can create a new workspace, and inside each workspace you can basically have your chatbots. So each workspace is completely separated from another one. So if a user, let's say if you invite any user to work inside this workspace, he will not be able to see anything inside this workspace. So this is a very helpful for managing your clients or your client chatbots. So in this demo, let me create a new workspace now, and I will give this a name demo. Now I will simply click on create. Okay. Now you see a demo workspace has been created. So what I will do now is we can simply click on this visit, and inside this visit you will see there are no chatbots yet created. So what I can do is I can simply go here and click on new chatbot. So let's say I give this name a demo bot. So this will be the name of my chatbot. There are two options: either I can create a chatbot with my knowledge base, or I can simply create a chatbot that search the Google, right? So this chatbot based on your knowledge base will be very specific to only your provided data, right? It will not answer anything outside of that. And if you want a chatbot that actually provides answers based on anything available on internet, you can use this, right? For this demo I'll be using my knowledge base, so I'll choose this option and I will click on create. So as you can see, my demo bot has been created, right? Now this is all. What we have to do after this is we just have to add our settings to this chatbot. We now click on edit to provide the details to this chatbot. The first thing we need to provide here is the OpenAI key, right? So you need to have your OpenAI API key to use Cloozo, right? So what I will do now is uh, I will choose an API key, right? So I have actually copied my API key and now simply paste here, right? So I have pasted an API key. You can set the temperature. More temperature will give you less accurate answers. So I'll always prefer to have something a balance between here. So I'll always prefer zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.7 is good, right? It will give you more accurate answers. But if you raise this temperature, it will give you less accuracy, but it will give you more modern answers. Like let's say it will give you more good uh, fancy words in the answers, right? So if you prefer to use more fancy words to be generated by your chatbot, you can increase the temperature. But if you want more accuracy to your questions, to your users' questions, I'll prefer to keep it down to let's say zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6 here. The chatbot model you can choose, right? I will go with uh, GPT-4, make sure you have access to GPT-4. If you don't have access to GPT-4, then your chatbot will not work. Okay, so keep this in mind. For most of the people, this will work. This is a great solution. GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K, this is very good in doing everything. But GPT-4 is actually superior to all, so I'll use this because I have access to GPT-4 as well. So after clicking save, you will be triggered to Pinecone settings. So what Pinecone is? Pinecone is a database. Okay, Pinecone is nothing but a vector database where all your custom data like files, PDF files, CSV files, your website data will be stored. So we give you option to bring your own Pinecone account so that you have all the access and all the management to your own data, right? We will not have any access to that. uh, in case you don't want to go with Pinecone, you can use ours, right? That's completely fine, but you will not have access to your data there, right? Because that will be hosted at our end, on our servers. So this is just an option we are providing to you. If you want to use your account, you can click on yes, and you can simply grab your Pinecone details, which hardly takes 2 to 3 minutes, right? And I'll suggest to go with Pinecone if you have, because creating an account in Pinecone is free and it gives you more than enough data or more than enough storage for one chatbot, right? But if you cannot, you can simply click on no and you can simply click on save here. Now this is appearance settings. Here you can basically set different colors to your chatbot, right? You can change this avatar, you can change the logo here, you can change the icon here, right? You can do a lot of stuff here. You can change the colors here. Let's say I want to make the user's chat color to red, so let me choose this. So as you can see, the chat color has been changed to red, right? And let's say I want to change the background color of this user chat to, let's say, user chat background to, let's say, something light. So I'll choose this. As you can see, the color has been changed, and I will change the bot chat background color to, let's say, something um, black. But then this will be hidden, so I'll let me make this color bot chat color to white. Now this looks much better, and it all depends on your taste how you want to customize this. I keep everything as it is as default and I will click on save. Okay, after saving our appearance, the next section is the prompt section. And trust me, this is one of the most important step in the entire chatbot creation. And you want to be make sure like that the prompt entered is very detailed and it guide your chatbot properly, like what the chatbot is supposed to do. So we give you a default prompt out of the box. It works for all the cases if you have, right? So this is a general default prompt, and we suggest you to keep this for your chatbot, and you can then further add your own prompts as well. But this is something that will keep your chatbot to focus only on the data that you have provided, and it will prevent your chatbot from giving any random answers. So let's say I give this prompt, I want you to act as a support assistant, and I want to give this bot a name as demo bot, right? So this will be the bot name. You will provide me answers from the given info. So I'm actually telling my bot to only give me answers that will be provided by me based on the data that will be provided by me. And if the answer is not included, I want my bot to not give any kind of false answers, or I want don't want my bot to make up any random answers, right, to mislead my users. I'll just say I'm not sure, and I will just simply stop that. So I am guiding my chatbot to not give any false answers and simply say sorry, or simply say I'm not sure of this. And you can see I have guided my chatbot to say refuse to answer any questions not about the info. You can add any more prompts as well if you want, but I'll just keep it as it is right now. I'll give a welcome message. Hey, right, I can give this. Hey, can I assist you today? Keep your welcome message very short and crisp, right? This is just a welcome message, right? This is not this should not be something like prompt. This is just a one liner welcome message. I click on save. Now come the another critical part of data sources. Here you can either upload your files or you can provide the website links for the chatbot to scrape. Okay, at the moment you have to scrape one page, each page one by one. We don't have the capability at right now to scrape all the web links of your domain at once, right? That's if you have 20 pages or 50 pages, you have to scrape them one by one. So but in a week's time we'll be implementing a sitemap feature where you can simply enter one link and it will scrape all the child pages of that main uh, domain. Okay, so that is coming very soon, but at the moment you have to scrape them one by one. And you can again upload pdf files or csv files or docs or txt files, right? uh, what I'll do is I will actually scrape my website cloozo.com. What it will do is it will go to cloozo.com and it will read all the data, it will fetch all the data and store to our database. I'll simply click on scrape and drain. What the chatbot is doing is it is actually scraping all the data from this particular web page. Okay, so as you can see, all the data from this web page has been scraped and stored to our database, and the bot has been now trained on this data, right? So this is done. uh, let's say I just want to add this only at the moment. You can add any number of urls you want, there is no limit. Okay, and you can upload any number of files as well. So and in the coming days we'll be including these integrations as well: confluence, airtable, uh, and notion, right? So we'll be including them as well. Now let's say the next part here is to add starter questions. So starter questions are nothing but kind of FAQs, the most frequently asked questions. So you can add some preset questions to your chatbot here. So let's say I want to add some kind of starter questions here that I think most of my users will ask. So let's say I want to add Cloozo pricing. Okay, this will be one of my question. The other question I think most of the users will search is Cloozo for agencies. Right, this can be another question. And let's say the third question could be, um, let's say simply what is how to create a chatbot. Let's say what is Cloozo. So I'm saying essentially there are a couple of questions from the users. I will take these questions at the end of this webinar. Okay, so keep your questions coming, and I'll be responding them at the end of this webinar. I think that is fine with you all, right? All right. So these are the questions. The next important step here is the security. Inside security, you need to provide the web page where you want to display your chatbot. And this is very important. We don't want the chatbot to be spammed by the spammers, because anyone can come to your web page. They can get your code, they can inspect your website, they can copy the embed code or the script code that will get generated, and they can put that code on their own website to display the same chatbot, right? So we don't want that kind of spam to happen, so we will be doing a kind of domain restrictions at the back end. So make sure you provide your exact domain. For this demo, let's say I have a website. Okay, so this is a demo test website that I have created, and on this website I want to display on this web page. This is essentially not a website but a web page where I want to display my chatbot. Okay, I'll click on add, and please make sure you don't write any kind of HTTP or HTTPS. That is not allowed here. You just need to enter your exact web page. So that is one web page that I have added. There is another page where I want to display this chatbot, and that is uh, this page. Okay, so I want to display my chatbot on the home page, or on, let's say, on the main page, and there is another child page known as demo where I want to display this chatbot. So I will click on add. Now I'll simply click on save to save the settings. Alright, the settings has been saved. Now you will see a button here, an option to generate the code. So this option only comes after you provide your domains or the web pages you want to display your chatbot. I'll click on generate code, and it will simply start generating the embed code for me to add to my websites or my web pages. So as you can see, the code has been generated. What I will do is I'll simply copy this code, and I will go to that particular web page and add this code to the header section or to the footer section, wherever you prefer, there, and copy this, paste this code there. So in the meantime, let me open my website builder. I'm actually using a website builder to create those web pages. And what I will do is I will go here. So I hope you can see the screen. So this is a web page. This is my website builder. I'll go to advanced. There is already another code added. I will delete this, and I will add this. I will copy that script and paste that here. So this is the script that we just generated through Cloozo. As you can see, demobot.js, right? This is the bot that we just created, right? And so this is the script that we have just generated, and I have copied this here. I'll click on save, right? So, and let me properly save this, and let me publish this as well. Okay, so this is published. Let me open this. And I hope you can see the page. So this is the page, and on the bottom right you can see the chat widget with the welcome message as welcoming, right? So as you can see, the bot is there, and I can start chatting, interacting with this bot, right? So And let me start asking questions here. Let's say I want to ask for Cluzo pricing. Uh, I think it's still training. So I think the bot is still training on the data that has been provided to it. I think let's wait for a minute or two. So I mean the training is completed. Okay, so I think this particular part of the training has been completed. So it's answering the question, and this is a correct response to this. So Cluzo is a no-code chatbot builder powered by ChatGPT that lets you create and train chatbots on your own files and data. Let's try this question. Cluzo for agencies. I think this is still not trained on this part. So uh, let's ask. Okay, so if you remember, we gave this name to our chatbot, so it remembers the name as well for it. So this is a demo bot. This is the name of this chatbot. And once your chatbot is properly trained on all your data in the backend, it will be able to answer each and every question that you have provided to it. Right? So it will be able to answer any questions. Let's say if it's trained right now or not. It's still not trained on this section. All right. But I think you got the idea. You'll be able to create the bots and it will be trained on your data. It can take some time here, right? Based on how, I mean, how huge your data is. And it usually takes like 3 to 5 minutes for a minimum data. But if there is a lot of data, then it can take, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes as well for the bot to properly train on each and every uh, sections of your website, right? So basically, this is how you can train your chatbot and you can display on your websites, right? So this was the basic demo of how you can create a chatbot. Let me now go over to some of the questions that you have been asking here. So let's say the first question we have is from Tony. So Tony is asking, let's say if a user is asking about how much does a website cost, and the chatbot responds with a particular answer, and then Tony wants like the chatbot should also give some next options to the user, like how he want to proceed with this. uh so Tony, basically this is right now not possible, uh setting up yes or no, right? But I think this is a very good suggestion. uh this is actually not possible at the moment. This is something available, let's say, in other chatbot services like ManyChat, right? But we are more focused on kind of AI builder there. All right. So no, so this option is not there at the moment. You can only set some kind of preset questions while setting up your chatbot, like we did right now. Okay. Yeah, I think there is another question again from Tony. So, for example, if we have one website with around 15K pages, it's a lot to render each page individually and keep updating that as pages are added. Uh, I completely understand your concern, Tony. But at the moment, like what I would suggest is for any data that is that much of size, web scraping will never work for you, right? It will actually slow down or even shut down the system. So web scraping is not the answer to 15K pages. I will suggest to export your data in, let's say, PDF or CSV files, right? And I think you can easily do that. There are a lot of ways there available online to export your website data to PDF or CSV files, right? Or even docs or txt files. You can choose any format you want, and once you export that data, you can then easily import that data to Cloozo. So that is one way I can suggest you. But 15K pages will never be possible through web scraping. It will take hours to scrape that kind of data, and definitely the system will crash anyway till then, right? So we are working to allow you to scrape maximum uh, 25 to 100 pages at the moment. Our first target is 20 to 25 pages. After that, we'll focus on 50 pages at once, and then 100 pages. Okay, so you are using Pinecone for large data sets. This is a question about the chatbot itself. So, I mean, Pinecone is fine. What uh, I'm trying to say here is, if you want to upload all the data of the 15K pages, that will not be possible through web scraping. But yeah, if you have already added that data to Pinecone, then the chatbot can easily answers everything, right? Okay, I hope. Okay, so once I have that, let me show this question on the screen. Once I have the data set in Pinecone, how do I deploy the bot in every page of the website? So if you want to deploy on every page of the website, at the moment we have put this security, right? But if you have this case, like if you have this valid case, we can remove this security for you, and you can simply add this code. So you can simply add the generated embed code on the main domain, right? Or on the in the global settings of your website, right? So once you add that code, it will be available to all the web pages. So your chatbot will be displayed to all the web pages, right? So you can do that, but you just have to add your code to the global settings of your website. So you can do that. That should not be a concern there. There is a question here coming. Can you check your demo page if the chatbot appears? Yeah, I mean, if you can see my screen, the chatbot appears on the bottom right, if you can see. Uh, I think you can see the chatbot on the screen, right? Let me open this. Does that answer your question? The chatbot is do appear on the demo page. All right. Another feature I want to talk about here is uh, of how you can actually invite your clients or external users on Cloozo. And this is very helpful in case you want your end users to manage their own chatbots. Let's say you have hundreds of users and you cannot go and create each chatbot by yourself, right? So you can actually invite them uh, to your Cloozo account. I think this is a very good point from Tony. So he's saying he's protecting against spam by using IP blocking. Uh, that's fine, Tony. But let's say, I mean, if I'm, let's say, from US, right? You cannot actually, I mean, you cannot guess if someone from US, or let's say someone from India or someone from England will not spam you, right? So anyone can come and can spam you if they want. So why we are not preferring IP blocking here is because I mean IP will not protect your code here. Okay, you can protect your code from certain countries or certain people, but not from everyone, right? Domain blocking that we are doing right now, right? The domain blocking that we are doing right now will actually protect you from each and every spammer out there. So let's say I have this code here, right? If you can see my screen, you see this code. Now, if I just come here on this particular website, if you can see my screen, what I can do is, as a spammer, let's say if I'm spamming, I'm coming to this web page and I want to copy this chatbot. I want to copy this entire chatbot and display on my website, right? What it will do is it will cost your API keys, right? Not mine. So my users can keep uh, questioning the chatbot and keep responding. Your chatbot will keep responding and it will cost you more money. So I'm actually copying your chatbot entirely without using my API keys. How I can copy this? I can simply go and inspect, and here if you see I can simply go to here and copy the code here, right? So I can come here and I can search for my tag. So you can go to head section where you have copied. So this is the code. If you can see my screen, this line, as a spammer, right? I think I'm not showing my, am I showing a page here? Okay, I think you cannot see that section. So I'm actually, what I'm doing right now is I actually inspected my web page to see all the HTML code. And after inspecting my HTML code, I can simply screen this Java. I can simply see this JavaScript code on this web page. I can copy that code and can paste to hundred of websites. Right now, how will you secure that? Right. Let's say all those 100 web pages are from different IP addresses. You cannot protect them. The only way to protect is through domain. I only want to show that particular uh, chatbot onto this specific web page, right? If I do this, then whether you copy this code and paste on hundred of different web pages, it will not be displayed because this is only whitelisted on my particular web page. I think this is fine. I get another question. What do you mean by double HTTPS? Can you explain what do you mean by double HTTPS? I am not getting your question here. Anyway, let's complete one another important feature and then we can again go to the questions. Now here what I want to show you is the invite user section. Now if you click here, you can actually invite your users to your Cloozo account. Okay, and you can invite your users to each workspace if you want. At the bottom you can see these are couple of demo users that we have already invited, and you can see on which workspace these users have access to. All right, so what I can do is, as per my plan, I can invite unlimited external users because I am on tier 4. So what I'll do now is I will choose my workspace where I want to invite the user. I will choose demo. I'll give a name of this user. Let's say um Jaspreet, this is the name. And I want to allow this users to create 4 chatbots. Okay, I want this client to create 4 chatbots because this client paid me for 4 bots. So I'm giving them access to 4. I mean, so this all depends on your model, right? How you work with your clients. You can give them access to 10 bots or 1 bots or anything, and that user will be able to create these many of bots, right? Not more than that. Then you can simply provide the email address of your bot here. So let's say the email is get in touch dot. So this is the email of the user. I can simply click on send invite. You can see the invite has been sent successfully, and you can see here the user has been sent the invite, and this user will receive an email. And let me open my Gmail account. So this is another test account that I have created. Okay, so meanwhile let me open my Gmail account here. Okay, so let me share my page with you. I hope you can see this page. So I have received this email. As you can see, it shows you have been invited to Cloozo, right? So you have been invited to join demo. I just please you have been invited, and these are the login details. So the client will receive a random generated password. They can log into their system, right? And then they can self manage everything. So what I will do now is I will log into the system with these login details. Okay. So what I will do is I'll simply come here and actually do what I will do. I will simply log out from this. I will log out, and what I will do is I will log in with that client account, and let me see if this account has been created or not, because the account will get automatically created. So I have just copied that random password that was generated, and I'll simply log in. As you can see, I now have access. I as a client can now only see this particular workspace, right? I don't see any other workspaces. Before that there were a lot of workspaces, right? And when we started this demo, now I and the left side you can see I only can create 4 bots, right? So I actually allowed my client to only create 4 bots. This is how you can actually run this as an agency yourself, right? And you can start charging your users for this. I can click on visit, and here I can now, you see there are no bots here, right? I can start creating a new bot. I can give this any name I want, right? And so this is how this all will begin, and this is how, this is again very similar to how we created our first bot. All the steps are same. The client can use their own API key, right? So client will need to provide their own API key, and they can self manage everything from start to finish. Okay, so this was how actually you can actually invite your users as well to this. All right, actually this wraps up our discussion on Cluzo. I see another question actually coming up here. Let me show this on the screen. So I am interested in how to insert my code into a specific page. Yeah, very good question. And I think we okay, let I think I haven't shown you the another demo page, I think, right? All right. So let me paste that page, that code to another page as well, on that specific page. All right. So what I will do is I will go to my website builder. If you can see my website builder, I will just copy this code again and I will go to my, let's say I need to create another page here. Let's say this page name is demo, right? This was the page that we gave access to under security. And here I will simply add this code. Okay. I'll click on save. I click on save and now I'll click on publish. Okay. And if you can see my screen, you see the chatbot is visible on this page. I will enter in the chat this domain name. Ayo. So this was your use case, right? And this was your use case about how to display a bot on a specific page. So you can see I am able to display this chatbot on this specific page. You can go to this link and you can test that out yourself. So what this page is, this is actually displaying the chatbot in this particular web page. Okay. So what we saw, like we saw how we can actually display the bot on any page we want through the security tab, and how we can invite external users as well to our Cloozo account, and we can charge them as well. So I hope this was helpful, and this was all from this particular demo. And I think we are now, yeah, I think we are over the clock here. Okay, what is your website builder? So I'm using Doric. So I use Doric.io, I mean, just to create kind of test pages or website to demo those. Right? You can try that out. This is very a good website builder. You can definitely try that. All right. So this wraps up our webinar for today. In case you have any other questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to us on our support email. I will just mention the support email on this chat. Okay, you can just post your questions to this email to our support team, and uh, we'll be helping you out as soon as we can. So in case anyone has any further questions, please let us know, and I'll be waiting for 2 to 3 more minutes, and then we will end this particular webinar. I think there are no further questions. So thanks for joining this call. I hope this was helpful. And again, if you have any questions, please you can reach out to me directly on the support email or on our Discord channel, right? So you can reach out to us on Discord as well. We are very active here. So we are actually very active on our Discord, and we try to reply as soon as we can. So So I can make multiple pages with different code inserted. Yes, definitely you can do that. Let's say you have 10 different pages, so you can add 10 different chatbot code there. Okay, no issues with that. You can insert different codes in 10 different pages. No issues with that. Your all your pages will show different chatbots. Okay, good question. That is completely possible. Okay, and yeah, I do request everyone. I mean, to please, I mean, take some time and leave us your feedback on AppSumo. That actually really help us to grow. So I will really request you to please give us your feedback on AppSumo. Okay, I will just paste my link and please leave your review. So yeah, do take out just 2 to 3 minutes and provide your valuable feedback. And I think this was all from today's webinar. Thanks all for joining and have a great time ahead. Thanks all. Thank you.